Dare I ask about that dreaded word that is Brexit? I mean, it's been a year since it's kind of, maybe even longer now with the pandemic in between, that we've been discussing it. But where are we at with it all? And are retailers confident about getting back into the EU?
In terms of sales, exports to the EU have definitely dropped. The complexity and red tape of shipping items out has become a lot more difficult. You've seen retailers sort of try and mitigate this by opening depots in Europe, in countries they perhaps didn't have before, to try and sort of alleviate some of those stock and timing issues. It's had a few effects. So it had an effect on labor. I had a question from a reporter the other day saying, why have domestically produced vegetables prices gone up, but bananas and avocados and all the rest of it haven't? And I was like, well, picking, packing, all of that's done in the UK requires labor. A lot of that labor left during the lockdowns, and a lot of it didn't come back. Wages have risen. Wages have risen in domestic freight, whereas longer haul contracts have actually usually been negotiated well in advance and been hedged, and that's why those prices have gone up. So some interesting effects there from a labor perspective, and the HGV drivers was the most sort of famous of those. But we're also seeing in distribution lots of vacancies in stores as well. All that putting strain on retailers, and a lot of them are raising wages in response. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens on July the 1st. We think retail's ready. In practice, we don't know exactly. It's been delayed several times because I think perhaps the government's concerned about its own preparedness in terms of the mountains of paperwork that are now going to be required to sort of sign a shipping container through a port. We think retail's ready, but there'll always be companies that aren't, and that could cause some disruption down the line.
I'd hope to add to that, Kyle, and say that from the perspective of businesses we're talking to, I feel like there's a lot more interest in getting back into the EU, and there is quite a lot of hope that a year after these challenges, that there is a bit more possibility of getting things moving. So we have to be optimistic, we hope, about that.